so coffee tastes mighty good. That's not the reason why I've gotta get back up to that sugar shack.
Hey everybody, Jim Tedesco here from Millennium County Railroad version 2.0. It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, today we're going to do a little track rail painting. And I'm going to show you just briefly how I'm doing it. I'm not going to bore you with a whole long drawn out thing, but just give you an idea of what I'm doing and how I'm doing. And we'll get right to it. So let me reposition the camera and I'll show you what I've done so far. Alright, so here we are. Doing a little bit of rail painting, I guess you'd call it. I just got through watching Jason from the Train Freak, and that's what he did on his rails. And I needed to do it on mine as well, and I've been putting it off for a long time. Of course, I'm known as a great procrastinator at times. But he kind of gave me a little, a little bit of a shove there without him knowing it. To get mine done already. I gotta start moving on this. I'm not getting anything done. Of course, I've been busy fulfilling orders for some of my customers. So now I'm all caught up with everything. I figured I better get cracking and get some work done. Okay, so I did these two back here earlier, but you can see the front one's a little shiny, so we're going to fix that right up. So we're going to turn on the air compressor. And basically you just run a nice heavy coat on the side of the rails. Of course you're going to get the top painted too, but that's okay. We'll clean that off in a minute. That's really a piece of cake. The overspray is minimal, but it is there. You can see it really does make a big difference on the rails itself. Then we take our sponge and just lightly go over the top of the rail, and that cleans the top of the rail off without touching the sides. Now, let me turn this thing back on. Now I'm using burnt umber. I'll put it out here so you can see it. I'm using the 35mm Nikon because the camcorder has been acting up. It's driving me nuts. So, and this doesn't autofocus, unfortunately. But I'm just using that. I cut it now 50-50 with water. It's plenty thin enough to go through the airbrush without any problem. And it goes a long ways. So there's about, there's 3/4 of a bottle there, if not more. I could probably do most, if not all, the track with it. That's how far it goes. So that's pretty cool. Now, at some point, let me see what I do with them. And that'll be happening probably, I'm not sure when. It could be a few weeks. But, see if you can see that or not. There we go. Hold on just a second. Yeah, it's definitely out of focus. Alright. I bought these 2 years ago from Pros out over in England. And they were kind of pricey, but I've been itching to use them. Now this here is the automatic ballast glue applicator, and it's electronic, and you can pull it behind a locomotive and it will dispense just the right amount of glue. Pretty slick. And of course, to drop the ballast, we have the, let me make sure this is focused in so you can see it. Alright, well, somewhat. Close enough. This will actually dispense the ballast along the metal on both sides of the track. It's really nice, it's automatic, and these can all be calibrated to dump exactly what you want to put down. So when I'm ready to do that, I'll do a video on that as well, in case any guys are interested. Like I said, I think they were like, I think one was $60 and the other one was $45. They're not cheap. And of course the part that bites is you're only going to use it once. But, you know, and I may resell it after I'm done with it, who knows. And of course a substantial discount because it'll be used. But we'll have to wait and see. So, that's what we got going with that. I'm doing, I did the ramp going up the second level over there. And let me see if I can get there we go. I had to use that cardstock to cover the building so I don't get any overspray on the buildings. And as you can see down now, let's see if I can maybe zoom in on it more. I'll tell you, you don't realize how good autofocus is until you don't have it. But you can see the overspray down at the bottom of the paper, so even as careful as I am, you're still going to get some overspray. And of course, Jason from the Train Freak, he rightly pointed that out, and a good thing too, because I personally probably would have never thought about it. I would have had a disaster on my hands. So thanks again, Jason. You learn a lot from the other modelers, you know, you really can. And it really comes in. Same thing with the points. Now, over here, you can see the blue tape on the turnouts. And you don't want to spray those. I'll have to go over those later with the brush. Because you don't want to lose contact, because you know you need electricity, right? So I'm going to put the blue tape over where the points are to protect that until later on when I'm ready to paint it with a brush, and I can be more careful with it. So okay, well that's about it for now. Like I said, I don't want to bore you guys to death with me painting track. So let me reposition the camera and we'll close this out. Stand by. Alright, so that's what I'm doing today. Now hopefully, well, not my plan anyway, is to finish this side of the track. And then maybe tomorrow I'll do the other side, or the day after, I'm not sure. It depends how I'm feeling. And at some point I'll need another day, yeah, probably a day, maybe a day and a half to do the second level. It might take a longer because I'm literally going to have to pull all those train cars off, so I won't have any obstructions while I'm doing the track. And there's a lot of track up there. But because it's a rail yard, you definitely want that to show a rusty rails, because, you know, obviously they're not used that often. So we'll see how that goes. And like I said, I don't know when I'm going to start ballasting, hopefully in the next few weeks. I have some ballast here, but I'm not sure I want to use it. I was looking at what Jason's using, and I don't have the specifics on. You'll have to check out his channel. He actually did a video today, I believe, and because that's what he did. He did some track ballasting along with painting of the rails. So see what he's using. It looks like that might be the way to go, and it's very inexpensive. So I'm going to have to see about ordering some of that. Like I said, I got to be careful. Money's getting a little tight these days. No thanks to the government. We're not going to go there. So I got to start being careful how much I spend. My new camcorder is coming Monday, thank God. This one here, I don't know what's up. I fixed it. Oh, it's one that's like, it's like an old car. You fix one thing, something else breaks, right? For some reason, it won't stay recording. It'll record for about a minute and then shut down. I don't know if there's a setting in here that I'm not aware of that I need to change, but most of my segments are more than a minute and 12 seconds, and that seems to be about the average for this. So otherwise, if I can't fix it, in the can it goes. But I've had this thing for about 4 or 5 years, so I got good service out of it. So I can't complain too much. But the new camera is a 4K and has all the features that I would want. So we'll see. Of course, it costs a little more than I wanted to spend right now, but the last camera that I bought, I told you about, I paid $85 for, and it was supposed to be new. Well, I got it. It wasn't new. It was close to new, but it was still used because there was no box that it came in, no warranty card, nothing. You know, no instructions, not that I need them, but they weren't there. And the warranty card was kind of important because most of these have, you know, anywhere from 1 to 3 year warranty on them. So, you know, I didn't want to get stuck when the camera breaks down and I can't prove that I bought it. So, and of course the real giveaway was, and when I opened up the box, it was just in a case, and in the bottom of the case were 2 women's hoop earrings. Pretty sure they don't sell hoop earrings with camcorders. So I think that was kind of the guy. I imagine somebody bought it, used it a few times, didn't need it anymore, sent it back, and this guy wound up with it. And he was actually a camera shop, I guess. And I don't know if they ever looked in it to find out. I mean, I don't know how you could miss the hoop earrings. They were right there, you know. And maybe he figured he could just pawn it off as new, which I guess technically it was, but you know, by law, as soon as you take something out of a box, it's used. So, you know, and I wasn't going to pay that kind of money for a used camera when I could have got the same camera for $51 from eBay that was also used. I said, you know what, screw this. So I sent it back, I got my money back, no problem. So I didn't lose anything on it, even paid for return shipping because, you know, I would have threw a stink if he hadn't. And I went on Amazon and I found another camera, and it was $121. I said a little more than what I wanted to spend, but it's a 4K, it has all the features I need. You know, it's got an extra battery on it, remote control, which the last one didn't have a remote. I had a remote with this one, but I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. And the remotes are nice because instead of having to do this to shut it off, I can just sit back here and out of the screen work the remote, you know, and save some editing time. So anyway, so that's the deal. So that'll be here Monday. Let's see what else is going on. I'm working on turnouts. I'm trying a turnout design, a switch design for my turnouts that I copied off of Tom Kvichak from Tom's Tunes and Things, and I'll be using Arduino. So I already set up the Arduino in the other house as a test, and I think I got it figured out how I want it to work, and it's going to work just fine. So if that does work, and it's like a module it's a modular design that sits down back on the bench, so you don't have to really fool with it. You just have to hook up the 3 wires underneath, and the first one that's going in, I already have the shelf there for the crossing signal, so I'll utilize that same shelf for the electronics for that, and I'll be doing the rest of them. Also, let's see if I can grab these things. This is what I printed these up, and these are the brackets for these little SG90 9-gram solenoids, or servos. And these are slick, they just are right in there, you bolt them in like that, put the arm on there. I ordered some piano wire which I didn't have any, so that's coming. And this whole thing mounts underneath the foam. Pretty slick. I'm not going to really do a video on that because if you want to see it, you can go on Tom Kovichak's site, Tom's Training Things. It's in his archive collection. Look for it. It's the Arduino Servo. And he'll tell you exactly what you need to make it work. Which is pretty much what I did. I said I made a few changes, I think. I'm not sure exactly how he set his up. I mean, I got an idea. But I'm going to try and use a toggle on mine instead of the variable potentiometer. But we're going to see. I have to work with that. So I'll be working on that in the coming weeks as well. I looked into the Tsunami sound card thing, and well, I've got most of what I need. I did find trucks with wires on them. I can make my own, but it seems like too much work, so I'd rather just buy them already made, not fool with it. Well, they're 28 bucks for a pair. And I also want to have a keep alive capacitor or battery that goes for it, and that's another 25 bucks. So we're looking at a little over $50 for the two components I need to really wrap this up. And I'm debating whether or not I want to buy a special car for it. One of the things this thing does, it has cattle noise and sheep noise. And I don't have any cattle cars. But I may buy one just to put that thing in there to have the cows singing, you know, mooing or whatever. That's kind of cool. I mean, you know, to do that. I mean, otherwise you could put it in like a refrigerated car. It does the compressor sounds and the click clack of it going down the road, but you know, that's kind of boring. So I don't know if it does the click clack even with the moo. It might. We'll see. But I'll be playing with that. It might be a couple months before I get around to that. Like I said, I gotta be careful of the expenditures now. Let's see what else. That's about it, I think. So, and I've still got to get back to work on the crossing signals. I got the one finished that you saw in the other video. I still got more to go. So I've got enough work here to keep me busy for a good 6 to 9 months. You know, just getting the stuff that I want to get done. And that's not including scenery. Is going to be a whole nother deal. I'm probably going to have to get with Dave Thurber, CR&E, Crooked River, and see what he wants to charge me for new trees, because he makes some really beautiful trees. But I'm going to need a lot of them, so I'll have to sit down and talk with him when I get a chance. And like I said, that may be a few months off. The way things are going, expenditure-wise, everything, even where I'm at in Sebring, things are getting expensive up here. You know, I don't understand how, but my electric bill for everything, that's the main house, the guest house, which is empty right now, by the way, and this shed, I'm running, you know, $312 a month for my electric bill, on average. I think that's a lot. I mean, it is summer and it is hotter, and of course at some point it's going to get cold here and I won't be running air conditioners. And I have a fireplace, so I won't need to run the electric heat in the main house either. I'll run the heat in here, but it's not that bad because this is like a, it doesn't have a heater element, it's, oh, what do they call it? A heat pump. So basically it reverses the cycle for air conditioning and produces heat instead of cold air. It's a weird system, but it works. And they're relatively inexpensive to operate compared to electric coil heating. So I'm not sure what I got in the house. I don't know if that's got a, I think that's a heat pump too, and if that's the case it won't be that bad to heat the place. But like I said, last year we didn't use it at all. We used the fireplace, and the fireplace kept the house nice and toasty warm. So, and of course we have electric space heaters if we need them for the bedroom or whatever, but realistically no, we didn't need them. But anyway, so back to the original thing here, the bills are getting kind of, food is outrageous. I spent $172 of food the other day and came home with like 6 bags, you know, plastic bags, the little ones, And I don't buy expensive food. And I'm going, geez, you know, where'd that money go? And gas, well, you guys probably know about that now. Last Thursday, gasoline average was $2.92 a gallon. Friday, I already filled up my tank. Actually, I filled up my tank at the Wawa that just opened up, and I got it for $3.85. It was a one-day thing, and I didn't know it. I just happened to get lucky. So I filled up my car, which was on empty anyway, which is rare, but it was. So I'm going by the gas station on Friday, and I see the price jumped up to $3.15. That's a pretty big jump from $2.92. I don't know how high it's going to get, but I have a feeling it's probably, we might see $6 or $7 a gallon. Who knows? If that's the case, I'm not going to be driving too much. So, you know, because I say I only make X amount of dollars every month from Social Security, and that's my income. I have no other income coming in right now. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens, but, you know. And I have other, you know, I have credit cards to pay off and all. I'm not underwater on anything, but still, I don't want to get that way. So, at the end of the month, there really isn't much left. There's not much leftover money to play with. So, and of course, everything hits at the same time, you know. My pre-orders for Scale Trades came in simultaneously 2 days ago. They wanted to bill me. So I had to pay for that. That was $207 for 4 31,000 gallon tank cars and 6 gondolas. And remember, I ordered these like 5 months ago. You know, and I guess all the delays with the ships out in the port and whatever. Well, anyway, they finally got them in. So they went ahead and billed me. I paid them, so they should be here in a few days too. I'll do an unboxing on that when the time comes. I bought my wife some pots and pans because she needed them. Once again, ordered them 3 months ago. They were on back order. Well, wouldn't you know it, they come in this month. They'll be here Tuesday, I believe. Of course, they billed me for that. So I had a lot of unexpected expenditures. It's like, come on, people. You know. Well, that's the way things work, you know. I mean, I have savings account, but I'm trying to keep it, you know, up there, and it's getting more and more difficult, and I just don't have the kind of money I had 6 months ago. So anyway, I'm not going to cry about money with you guys, but so this is where we're at, and so things are going to slow down there a little bit to some degree as far as progress goes. But there's still a lot of stuff to be done. I do have some supplies. Like I said, the scenery is going to be kind of another deal, and of course buildings. I may relegate myself to buying 1 building a month, you know, depending upon what I'm going to get and how I'm going to do this. I may wait on the industries and work on the replica of my house first. I have most of what I need for that. Well, I have the walls, you know, and the roofs and stuff, but I don't have windows or doors, so I'll have to buy those. I would print them if I could, but I don't think I can print stuff that small. And that's the problem with a conventional 3D printer. And we've already discussed that too, so I'm not going to go into it. So anyway, that's the whole deal in a nutshell. And I'm going to shut up now because I'll be talking your ears off, and, you know, nobody likes long videos. So as always, keep it on the rails. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye.